What it do, my peeps? How are you guys? How are you guys feeling? I am chilling. Today is like not really contents day. There's just something I needed to get done. Plus, I didn't really plan on doing the podcasts today, but I already like had some drafts down and like what I wanted to talk about, and I kind of just got in the mood, and I'm like, dude, fucking let me just do it. Like, I'm in the mood, I'm in the zone. I build up the momentum. I have my juice. I just made it too, because then it's a lot of talking. My voice really be like after I feel like it gets raspy, like I don't know, it gets dry. So I made my juice, my beet juice. I call it my beet juice, but it's not only beets. I add other stuff on it. If you guys want my recipe, go check it out in my vlog channel. I think I did post it. I did post it already. Cheers though. Yes, sir. No, yeah, so I was just in the zone, and all this good stuff. If you guys are watching this, it's on YouTube and you guys can comment. So comment down below. How are you guys feeling? Write down an affirmation. You know what I'm saying? A positive affirmation. So we could all share our affirmations and just good vibes. My affirmation for today is I just like when it's like content day or when I'm creating content, stuff like that, I always repeat, I am creative. I am creative. You know what I'm saying? And I was just saying I'm creative. I'm just speaking good vibes before I was doing the podcast. Well, what I'm going to talk about today is how to remain creative and motivated. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like lately I've been really it's hard to stay motivated every day. You know what I'm saying? And creativity, you can't really plan to be creative, but I feel like it just comes to you, and I feel like lately I just have been really creative because we're all creative, but we just don't. You guys see? But most of us just don't really act on it, or we think about it too much and then it's just overthinking, and then just, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to talk about it because that's kind of what and right now, well, I'm going to talk a little bit about it, but motivation, I feel like you build it up, So it is hard to be motivated every day, to just wake up and be motivated, So, most of us, sometimes there are things that I might not want to do, but I have to get it done. You know what I'm saying? And you might not be creative then and there, but discipline is key, and consistency. So being disciplined does help with motivation, because if you're, disciplining yourself and just showing up, that's that builds motivation, because you're okay, I'm getting stuff done. I'm doing this, and just getting stuff done. It's okay, let's do it. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Gets you in that mode. In that mode or mood? Mood. It gets you in that mood. And I feel like you just have to just go for it. You have to build that momentum. And that's when the motivation, my voice already, it's getting dry in my throat. It just, when you're building that momentum, you're building that motivation. And I feel like that happens with creativity as well. Most of the time, with my outfit. Jesus, let me drink some juice because do you guys hear it already? Okay. It's because I feel it dry, or I don't fucking know what. But anywho, yeah, so you just have to just show up, you know, even when you don't really feel like it, and just build, get in the zone, you know. So like I when like what example can I give for like my outfits? Most well, lately, like with that's where I've noticed that I have been really creative, you know, because like I said, sometimes I don't, most of the time, well, I like try to plan out my outfits the day before. That way, that day of, it's like, you know, I just have them ready, you know? So it's like, okay, we're taking the pictures. But I'm not like a week before, or like sometimes it just happens, you know, randomly, where it's like I have this idea or I see something and I'm like, oh, okay, you know, I I can do this, or like I have a shirt like this that I could wear like this, you know? But it's not like it's just that day of, you know? So like you can plan ahead, but I feel like still it's not like I'm looking at my wardrobe and I'm like, okay, this, that, and that. Like this is gonna go with this, you know? I try it on. I get in the whole zone, in the whole mood. I feel like I should close the window. Ah! Hold on, my peeps. Just so you're not hearing the neighbors all like that, because the window was open. But yeah, like, oosh, just getting in the whole zone. So like, I try on the stuff, you know, I see what I can do, and then that's when I like, you know, because I might just have a shirt. I'm like creative, you know, when it comes to outfits and stuff like that. I really like to like rework stuff, or like, you know, use stuff again, but in a different way, you know? So that's when, like, with trying it on, then I'm like, oh, okay, you know, ripping something here, or like, you know, attaching something here. And that's like when I start building up my creativity, you know, because I'm in the zone, I'm in the mood, you know? And it's not about like just really overthinking, you know, or thinking about it. Like, I mean, I love styling, I love fashion. And when people are always like, sometimes Abigail too, she's like, "Oh, I just don't know what to wear. Like, I can't think about an outfit." But you hear a lot of people like this, to be honest. They're like, "Oh, I can't think of an outfit to wear, this, and that." And I'm always like, dude, don't think about it. Like, don't think. Well, don't really think in general. You know, it's like I say, feel it. You know, like, feel, what do you feel like wearing? Wear that. And then it's like, you know, just go on from there. So, whoosh. So that's what like I say a lot too, like, cause it's like, what do you feel like wearing? You know, it's like thinking. It leads to overthinking, and then you start thinking like, oh, but it doesn't look good on me. Or, I don't think it looks good on me. People might think this is too out there, you know. And then it's just all these thoughts, and it's like, dude, like, don't think. Literally, I just say, don't fucking think about it. It's like, what do you feel like wearing? Wear whatever the fuck you want to wear, you know, and however the fuck you want to wear it. Who gives a fuck about what anybody thinks? Or you shouldn't be having those type of thoughts, you know. So yeah, and like I just go on about it because I mean, it's not like I think about it, but like I have. I don't really, well, I say like, dude, I just see the vision. Like, you know, like I say, have a vision. It's so funny. But like I do, when I'm like trying stuff on, I like literally see it in my head. Like if there's a shirt I want to make or that I want to adjust, you know, I like see myself doing it, and like the end process, you know. So, and then, you know, like seeing, okay, I just need to do this and that. But it's kind of like a feeling too, you know, because I feel like I should do that. And like before, a lot, I'd like kind of fight those feelings and say, oh, but I don't think it might look good, or it might not work, or let me try this other way, you know. And that's when it causes all these things. And sometimes I just be like, you know what? I don't even want to fucking do the shirt. Like, I don't want to make this anymore, you know? So I just like act on those visions and I just do it, you know? Like, if I feel like I need to rip this side, I'm going to fucking rip it, you know? Like, it's just like that. Well, for me, you know, but I feel like in general, like, you do have these feelings, you know, like you have your intuition and that's, you know, like it's my intuition telling me like, do this thing, you know, like do it like this, like this, like that. It's like I'm being guided, you know, and we're all being guided, but we just fight it and we don't want to listen to it. We want to think. And I feel like most of the time, just don't really think, you know, just feel it. That's how I kind of get my shit done. It's basically what the fuck I feel, you know, because I'm telling you with thoughts, it just gets, I know I'm like an over fucking thinker. I really fucking am. And I just overthink it. And that's when it's like, okay, dude, I need to shut off my head, not think, let go of all these thoughts and just feel it, you know, feel what I have to do. And that's what I suggest you try doing, you know, because you do have that intuition. So listen to it, you know, because that's like the way. It's just the way, you know. But yeah. And it just, well, I was talking about like clothes and stuff like that. But even in general, you guys, like with whatever it is, sometimes it's just like that feeling of, should you do this or should you not do that? You know, you're always like, should I or should I not? And it's really with going with your intuition, with what you feel, you know, and if you really feel like doing it. And like I said, when I like see the visions or whatever, I just act on them immediately, you know. And I feel like with me then, like, you know, when I say I see my visions, I see the vision, how I said that I see the end result, I feel like that's kind of what helps too. You know, that kind of motivates me with seeing the end result, because before I'd be like, fuck, but making this shirt might take too long. You know, sometimes we think about the process, and a lot of us don't really fuck with the process, you know, especially if we think, yeah, like if we do think the process might be too long, you know, because we start overthinking and we get these thoughts like, oh, it's gonna take too long, this and that, you know. But we really have to enjoy the process. Like, that's the part of the end result. It's really the process that counts. During that process, you're building that creativity. You're building that motivation. You know, you're building more self-love, more discipline. You know, it's supporting yourself. And the end result, yeah, it's going to be great. But I will say, don't get too attached to it, you know? Okay, first let me finish. Well, with the end result, say you don't want to do something, right? You're like, you do, but you don't, because you don't really have motivation or creativity. So just kind of sit there, you know, and like try to have that vision, you know. Don't really think, but just like see it and feel it. You see that once you finish doing this, you're like, it's going to make you feel good, you know, like you're going to feel great about yourself with whatever it is. Versus if you don't do it, it's like you're going to feel kind of bad, you know. Like in the mornings, let me give you an example. I wake up early and stuff like that, and I've been doing yoga. I mean, now I'm really into it, but before, like when I first was getting started, I was like, you know, like I don't really want to do it today. But then I'm like, I would lay there in bed a little bit and be like, okay, if I do it, I'm going to feel more energized. I'm going to feel great. My body's going to get flowing. It's going to get, like I'm going to be building that momentum to start moving and to start doing stuff, to start my day. And if I don't, I'm just going to feel like, like not really with energy, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why then just go for it, just do it. But that's like with anything. Say if there's a task you have to do, if you don't do it, then that it's just going to still be there, so you're just going to be procrastinating, and then you're going to be like, fuck, I should have done it, and then kind of feel bad about yourself, and then it's just going to be like these negative thoughts and then this negativity. So just do it with whatever it is right now. Do it. Go for it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, don't get too attached to the end goal, because sometimes it might not go the way you want it to go. It might go the way you want it to go, or it might go even better. But whichever way it goes, you guys, just remain positive. Always remain positive, and think that that's what it was meant to be. It was for your own good, and don't, like I said, it's all about the process. Don't think about the end. Well, don't get attached to the end goal too much, because it's probably the process that you needed. Like with whatever it is, if you're doing it by yourself, you probably needed that alone time. You needed just that motivation. You needed that momentum. You needed to do that, and say if it didn't work out, then shit, now you'll figure it out, and see how to do it better. And just, you know what I'm saying? It's the process that counts. It's the process that will teach you something with whatever it is. And during the process, that's really when you do build the motivation and creativity, So, hold on, you guys. My voice. I don't know what the fuck is going on. It was literally like when I started, you guys fucking heard it. It was getting raspy, but whatever. And what I wanted to get to too, hold on. This juice is really fucking good. Why I don't really, I wouldn't suggest really like thinking about stuff, like with whatever. Well, I mean, there's times to think, but I don't know. I feel like I've just really been more into like what I feel, like listening to my intuition. Like, yes, I think, and like you can think about it for a little bit, like what will be the outcome of doing this or that. But it really comes to what you feel, with what you really feel like doing and how you feel like going on about it, because like with thinking, with creativity, when you just start thinking, you start overthinking and all these stuff, and you just start kind of comparing yourself, like your creativity to others. And you shouldn't do that. Don't be comparing yourself to others at all. Like, it's just you. And, like you just might say like, oh, this person's more creative than me, or this and that. But it's you, like it's your creativity. And just act on it. Sometimes, you could be creative there at the spot, like once you start, it's like it's going. But I feel like it just comes randomly to you too, and if it just comes, I know it comes to me hella random. And if it comes to you hella random, I say just act on it, And that's the thing too, where I've noticed it too on people where they like have this idea. I mean, it's happened to me too, where, I've had an idea or something and it's just like, oh, okay, there. And you just like let the idea go. Like, if you can't act on it immediately, write it down, you guys. I've mentioned how I have like hella fucking notebooks, like my journal, dream journal, and all these notebooks, you guys. I literally have all these fucking notebooks, and I have like this little one. Well, even on your fucking phone, too, you have notes. I've been using that a lot too, because sometimes I forget my little notebook. And just write it down. Write down whatever ideas you have. Like, shit, when I have outfit ideas, I fucking be writing them down, Or like any idea, whatever you have, any creative idea. Just write it down and then come back to it later, That really helps, because sometimes I do be forgetting about them too, like all these creative feelings, these ideas or whatever. And if I really, like if I'm trying to get creative, trying to get in the mood, and I'm, like just when I'm not feeling creative, or, when I feel like I'm not, because we're all creative. We're all creative at all times, but we just overthink about it, I remember that I always have these thoughts, these ideas that I write down, and I just go back, and I do something with it, I act up on it. And sometimes you just, you get in the mood and you're like, okay, I could even do this or that, because, and then that's really how you build motivation, you guys, because I know sometimes you do wake up motivated, especially if you do have, some goals. That's great motivation as well, but it's really hard to be motivated all the time, but just showing up, being disciplined, and at least trying, at least try, you guys, like at least try, because you don't want to then kind of regret it, I say don't really regret anything. So maybe like just not feel bad about yourself, like, oh, I should have done it. Now I'm behind on all these tasks, and stuff like that. Like really pay attention to like what you're doing. Why don't you want to do it? Because instead you want to go out, you want to party, you want to drink, you want to be on your phone, you want to play these games. Like, no, think a little bit about how, I say more like, not really think, but meditate on the idea. Like, just, like, kind of just like getting into the, how would I even like explain it? Because I would say like kind of meditating on it. But just like sitting there quietly and just like envisioning it, however the fuck is it? Like you doing it and seeing what you're going to do. I feel like that sometimes I do that most of the time too, to really like, because that's how, like I said, we're being guided, you guys, like the universe has your back. And just like it'll come to you, it'll really come to you. If you're struggling with something, like it will come to you. That idea, that help will come. Like you will see it, and it's like there, that's why I say like don't really think about it. Like just really just sit there by yourself and see what it is you have to do, like you will then feel it. And you do get that feeling because I know when I, see the end result or whatever, it's like I'm feeling myself really doing it. That's how like I know what to do, and I feel myself accomplishing that. So I'm like, okay, let's fucking get it, and that really gets me more motivated as well. And also not really going into it without kind of nothing, like I at least like to plan it out, like with the podcast. I've tried just like fucking just doing the fucking podcast, going straight into it and like talking. But then it's like sometimes I'm like, oh shit, like now what the fuck do I say, Or like I'm just thinking about it too much and then I have all these thoughts, but then it's like I fucking blank out. And I at least just like to have something jotted down, and just so also not fucking everything written down, because I fucking tried that as well and that really didn't go, because then I forget some stuff and I'm like, oh fuck, or like I try to make it perfect, but there's really no perfect way. Like I know I'd be fucking up in a podcast, and sometimes throughout when I'm filming I'm like, where the fuck was I, or like I lose my thought or some shit like that. Like it's not perfect, and it's not like in order really. I fucking go back and forth, might have a lot of repetition, but that's just how it is, it's just a process. It's just fucking going on about it and just doing it, like if I don't fucking do it, then it's like, I mean, today I didn't really plan it, but I just did it because I was just like, I'm telling you guys, I was in the zone, I was in the mood. I really wasn't feeling that fucking great in the morning today, to be honest. I wasn't feeling it, wasn't really motivated. And just, I don't know, like, even while I was doing my makeup, I was like, like the makeup will help me a little bit. But then I'm like, but makeup just, it doesn't really help. I mean, it helps a little bit because I'm like, okay, like I'm sort of glam. Like, let's do it, just like putting myself together because I had to do something. I mean, my goal was to take these certain pictures and like, do this little video. And I was like not feeling it at all. And then, I took some pictures and I really wasn't digging them either. But, it's not like saying, ugh, like they look ugly. Like I'm just not liking this on me, this and that. But I'm like, okay, no. Maybe I need some lighting. Maybe I need a different background. Like how can I improve it, And I kind of then just got in the mood. I was like, okay, like we got these pictures down. I'm over here thinking like, should I do some outfit pictures? But I was then, you know what? I really want to like film and I want to talk, because I also wasn't feeling motivated. And then I got in the zone and got more motivated. It got me motivated to film the podcast for you guys. I was going to film them throughout the week, but I'm like, you know what? Let me talk about it now, because I was like in that unmotivated state and then I came motivated. You guys get what I'm saying? But yeah. And I mean, creativity, I don't really need to be that creative in the podcast. It's like just like a topic I'm talking about, and I mean, so that's why I gave some examples of like my outfits and all this good stuff. But yeah, you guys, I mean, I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about this because I know it's hard. Like I said, I don't fucking wake up motivated every day. Creativity, we have it at all times. Like I said, it just happens randomly. Like you just might have these great, like literally, I feel like the greatest ideas just comes out of nowhere, like out of the bloom, because I feel like when you try to be creative, it's like you're trying, you're thinking, and it just doesn't work out. It really doesn't. You have to get in the mood, because I know this happened to me too, but we just kind of want it then and there. We want to be creative. We want to get it done and there, but no, it's about really getting into the zone. Like, I know I used to want my outfits like, okay, I need to think about them fast. I need to get them done. But no, I need to have my little fashion show and show my puppies what fits look best. And just try stuff on, rip shit apart and sew this and sew that, and just really going on about it. Because I feel like before, I know I would kind of compare my style, to like others or like, but like my style is my style. And I don't really give a fuck about what others think, and it's not like me trying to make fits that other people will like, that will go, that's trending. Like, yeah, I like trending stuff or whatever, but I just kind of like to be me, like my unique style, my own shit. And I know there's gonna be people that do fuck with my shit. There's gonna be people that don't, because you don't please everybody. You won't please everybody. People are still going to judge and criticize. But, I'm just like really doing what the fuck I feel and what the fuck I want to wear. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, my peeps. So just build up that momentum. You know what I'm saying? Get in the zone and just go for it, you guys. Like, just do it and go for it. And that creativity will come to you, and the motivation. You know what I'm saying? So cheers. Oh, no, I also wanted to say a little bit that affirmations really do help a lot. They really do, because just saying some positive, motivating affirmations to yourself, like even just saying, I am motivated, I am motivated, I am motivated, it fucking helps. And like I say, like how I told you guys, I say, I'm creative, I'm creative. Just say positive affirmations, and they really, really help a lot. Like, it really helps change your mood, saying like, I am beautiful. I am, with whatever you're doing, like with whatever you're trying to do. But they really, really do help you guys. Like, I started saying some affirmations. I like to say them in front of a mirror. I've told you guys too. But just fucking screaming it out loud and saying, I'm fucking creative. Like, I'm getting in the zone. I am going to make this pod. I was literally screaming affirmations before I started filming the podcast, my peeps. So that really does help. If you have an affirmation that you want to share, comment it down below so we could just all have some positive affirmations, and help each other out. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I do post this on Monday, so have a wonderful week if you're listening to this on Monday too. So that's why I just say have a wonderful day. Have a lovely day, my peeps. With whatever you guys are doing, you guys got this, okay? Don't forget to talk good vibes to yourself and talk good vibes to others. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.